Welcome back to Next Gen Investors. We appreciate you coming along this journey as we change scenery in the background. We're actually outside, such a beautiful day. Well, let's jump right in.
And also, we're about to hit 75 subscribers.
We appreciate all the subscribers.
Big milestone. Thank you guys. On the road to 100.
And 1,000 and beyond. Anyway, my last week's pick was Intel, and let's just say it cooked. It absolutely did amazing. Extremely great earnings, boosting stock going up 20%, and not including Buffett's pick. This really brings us back to those days when we had Oklo, QBTS. Like, those were bangers after bangers, hitting 25, even 35% highs in a 1 week span. It's just insane.
Yeah, so my pick, I had Rubrik. It was flat. I think it was maybe down 0.01% or something like that. So even, nothing really fundamentally changed with the stock. But as I like to say, the long-term thesis is still intact. And I think it's actually the best cybersecurity stock in the age of AI.
Last week, the S&P hit a record all-time high. I think hitting $7,200. It's actually insane. Mind-boggling. I remember when it was at 5,500 and analysts were saying, oh, it's going to hit 6,000 this year. And people were like, what? And now it's at 7,200. And this is a great indicator to prove that the market is overbought, completely overbought. And I actually learned that in school a couple weeks back that every 20 years the market has a stock market crash. The last one was a 2008 housing crash, and then 2028. So I really think that the market's going to crash the next 2 years. It's overbought. It's all-time high. This is when it starts to go down. That's just my opinion.
So my opinion on that is that's just not how it works. There's no fundamental reason for the market to crash right now.
Overbought, AI boom.
AI boom's a good thing. That's what's pushing the market up. And if you remember in April,
the whole point is that AI is great. It's new technology. It helps you get answers fast and information quicker. But what money are these companies making?
Claude just is hit 30 billion. Last year, 12 months ago, they made $1 billion a year. They just released this month, they made $30 billion this year. So that's 30xing their revenue.
It's not a lot of money.
$30 billion a year is a lot of money.
AI is the biggest thing now, and it's only worth $30 billion for one company?
From $1 billion. And OpenAI is also making, I think, $25 billion. It's growing so fast, though. Think about how many people still don't use AI.
Doesn't use AI.
Because we're in America. You got to think internationally. Think about when the iPhone came out.
What?
Think about when the iPhone came out.
This guy on every first and second world country is using AI.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
Outside of North America and Europe, no one's used. No, there's really.
Buddy, most of the first and second world countries are in Europe and North America. Don't listen to any of this guy's recommendations.
I don't know what he's saying. Okay.
The market's overbought. Nvidia's market cap is close to more than 4 trillion.
It hit 5 trillion.
5 trillion.
They're making a ton of money.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so
it's just insane. It's only worth $30 billion, and they're the ones actually using the AI.
Well, that's gonna keep growing exponentially as more AI is being used. Okay, but now here's my opinion on AI that you're not gonna hear anywhere else. This is literally only here. So everyone's getting super hyped up by AI because if you look back like a year ago, AI was trash, and now everyone's comparing it to today and oh, it's so amazing. But this is something just known is when something grows, it eventually hits a plateau. So while AI is growing and how smart it is, it's growing like this. But eventually, it's going to hit a plateau. And that's where I think the AI bubble can actually pop. Because when you're comparing AI to 12 months ago, it is so much better. And that's why everyone's like, we got to keep investing. It's going to just get so much better.
That's actually a great point.
I don't know when. And nobody knows when. And if they do, they're probably going to sell. They're probably trying to sell something.
Yeah. Selling their products.
But eventually, AI is going to hit a point where the growth is just not that big. And then everyone's going to be questioning, throw another $100 billion into a data center. How much better will that actually make the AI? And that's where I think, well, I don't know if that has to be in the next 2 years, like Warren said. I do think that it gets to a point where the AI bubble actually can pop.
And that's actually a great point because, when you go into Gemini, right? The things that you want to see that's really helping your user experience is quickness, the speed at which the information comes out, the accuracy at which the information comes out, and the depth of the information. And at some point, Buffett really is making a great point. Those things are just going to plateau. At some point, the half second it takes from right now to a year, they've gotten better. No one cares about that half second.
And it's not worth it to throw another tens of hundreds of billions just for that little quickness or something. Also, when you think about ChatGPT Images 2.0 came out this week, and like the images were like super realistic, and that was like amazing because 12 months ago that wasn't a thing.
It was horrible. Yeah.
But like they can't really get any more. Like they obviously could get a little bit more realistic, but there's
At
not.
some point, it's just
like,
gonna not.
It's not gonna like be so much more crisp. Like the images
that
right now
people
are
are
so
willing
good.
to invest more.
So that's something you're not going to hear anywhere else, only on Next Gen Invest. Now let's get into what's happening next week. So next week, one of the big events is the Federal Reserve meeting. And I mean, it's like priced at like a 98%, 99%. The Fed's going to hold rates. So there's not really that much to talk about, but I think this is one of the important things I think this is the last meeting for Federal Chair Jerome Powell. In the next meeting, or maybe in two, I don't know for sure, is going to be the new appointed Fed chairman, Kevin Warsh, who Trump appointed. And then also this week,
a lot of big Mag 7 earnings. Correct me if I'm wrong about it. Amazon, Meta, Apple, and
not Apple, Google, Amazon, Meta, Microsoft.
So a lot of big tech earnings, and these will be especially important because investors will be looking out for whether the AI boom is actually translating to real and real revenue growth. And if it doesn't, guys, we can't stress this enough. A crash is coming. It's impending. I'm telling you, it's coming.
I don't know why I'm saying we.
Everything is at all-time high. AI is overhyped. It's doing this. It's great, but it's not getting a lot better. It's getting better. You made a great point. It's getting better. It's not getting a lot better, okay? There's not much great sentiment looking forward into the future. How much better could AI be getting? Not a lot. I'm telling you. Trust me. In the next year, just to see thought Duolingo's going crazy, even though his pick is doing horrible.
Oh, I just want to point something out. I want to point something out. You can look back. It's on this channel. When I picked AMD stock.
You said Duolingo.
12 months ago.
Yeah.
12 months ago, my pick of the year was AMD stock. At that time, AMD was at $100. AMD today is at $350. It is nuts. So when I say like Duolingo, and I'm also trying to now in Rubric. Those are the three. You can look back in 12 months.
I don't know why you'd be listening.
That's not true. How much are you up over the past 12 months?
I don't check consistently.
Okay, well, it's probably not over 60%.
I don't obsess.
Ooh. Rubric, ServiceNow, and Duolingo. Those three are gonna be unreal.
You don't get three. You get one.
I get three. So, yeah, like Warren was saying, is that everyone's gonna be looking at these companies had the most ridiculous capex. Combined, that thing goes somewhere close to $800 billion this year. And if they're not seeing insane revenue growth, investors are gonna be like, yo, what the heck are you guys spending all this money for when you're not even seeing any real revenue growth?
By the way, why did your pick ServiceNow crash 20%? What happened?
So they actually beat on earnings. This is something important.
Doesn't mean anything.
They beat on earnings
anymore.
and what the CEO said is he thinks the reason the stock fell down is because it wasn't such a big beat. Because the whole narrative is AI going to replace ServiceNow, or is AI going to be super good for ServiceNow? So when they just have a regular beat, it's like they're kind of stuck in the middle, and it's not proving the bull case right. It's not showing that AI is disrupting service. It's not proving any of the bear case either. And so it really, investors just sold it off because probably the people that thought in the bull case didn't see it playing out, and the people in the bear case are still holding on. All right, now it's time for the best segment of the week. Next week's stock picks. My pick is going to be SoFi, and this has been a previous pick of mine, but especially this week. They report earnings this week, and I think it's going to have a massive move to the upside. The stock's down over 30% from all-time highs. The CEO said they're expecting 40% revenue and EPS growth for the next 3 years, and I think this is an absolute steal at these levels.
Are you going to invest in it?
I'm actually thinking about it. I haven't decided yet.
So you're recommending it to people, but you're not investing in it?
Yes.
Okay. So just before I give my pick, as a disclaimer, I will not be investing in the pick I give you. So my pick is going to be to buy, I don't normally do this, but buy put options on Meta stock. Why are you laughing?
I don't know. We request options on this now.
We don't. Normally, I don't like to invest in options because they're a gamble. I don't think investing is a gambling. I think options are gambling, and it's very risky, super volatile. But my pick is put options on Meta because they have earnings this week, and with recent lawsuits against their company, specifically targeting the fact that they're making their apps addictive towards youth and adolescents, going in favor of the defendants and not Meta, or all these companies, then I think the stock's actually gonna beat earnings but fall, just because most stocks now, if they do not have insane earnings, fall. It's just how the stock market's been recently working in the past year or so.
Yeah.
And so I think it's gonna fall. So I'm not really an expert on options, but I'd buy more safer put options against better stock. Thank you so much. That's a wrap for this week. Thank you so much for joining us, guys.
On Next Gen Investors.